Once I did that first tax deed, from there, I actually also started to dabble in a little bit of wholesaling. And I flipped a couple properties in Canada that gave me enough money to get the heck out of Canada. So, all my life I was listening to the Beach Boys and always knew that I wanted to live by the beach. And sure enough, I made enough money in real estate to be able to move to California. And kind of the rest is history. During my younger years, I definitely, I'd call it the party years in that regard. As a full-time real estate investor, but it probably wasn't that full-time. I was spending a lot of time, surfing, being on the beach, and real estate really allowed me to do that. So, it depends what phase you're at in your life. The point is that it's never too late. And this is an amazing time to do it. There's never going to be the perfect moment for you to do it. But also you have to ask yourself the question of like, what do you really want out of life? I think there's a stat like 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. So it's like, sure, you may have an idea, in my opinion, for who knows, whether it's a startup or this or that. Odds are you'll have a 5% chance at success. The thing I recommend is like, get into real estate. It's super black and white. If you look at a property, you can determine that it's worth, 100 grand and the opening bid is 5. It's pretty black and white in that regards. And I would say real estate, if you stick to it, you can have a 95% chance of succeeding as opposed to a 95% chance of failing. You just have to have the courage to be able to take that risk. And when it comes to tax liens and deeds, it's a perfect opportunity right now with the way the economy is. And it's a great business to get into. So yeah, that's kind of the story of how I went from like miserable roughneck on an oil rig to real estate investor. And I definitely recommend you do the same. Like real estate allowed me to travel. I spent like 2.5 years just traveling. I learned how to do the business virtually, which is what we also show you how to do on this channel. So thanks for watching. If you want my help in this business, what we do now is we help people start their tax lien and deed business. So if you want, you can book a free call below and we'll actually build you a custom 4-step tax lien and deed investment strategy. This thing is going to save you probably 2 or 3 years of trial and error, and we'll be able to direct you to the best possible spot. So there's a link for that below, and anybody who books also gets a free